I was going to say that maybe what happens, because we know that Peter, the name Peter was given by Jesus, and the same for Paul. Paul had another name before being called Paul. So I was going to say, is the same for the Pope? That's how
it kind of responds to that. No, when we see in biblical times the changing of a name was always also the assignment of a mission. It more or less follows this same idea. No, the changing of a name is recognizing that one is receiving a mission and is kind of changing for that mission.
Wow. Somewhere you said abemus papa, abemus papa. Kindly repeat it again and tell us.
So when we're going to see it in a couple of days, when the Pope, when the new Pope is elected, the words that the Cardinal Protodeacon says are freely inspired by the Gospel of Saint Luke, when the shepherds and when the angels announce to the shepherds, we announce to you a great joy. So the words that they say, I'm going to say them in Latin and then the translation. He says, "Annuncio vobis gaudium magnum." So I announce all of you a great joy. And then he says, "Habemus papam." We have a pope. Because at the end, the people of Rome have been waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4 days this moment. So he finally announces this great joy, "Habemus papam." And then he says, it's the Reverend Cardinal, and then he says his name and his last name, who has chosen the name of Jean Paul III, Paul the...
That is so easy through Catholic media. But what about those other people across the world?
Well, I think that if we see what happened with the passing of Pope Francis, that it was immediately world news. Everyone was following that message. There were messages from prime ministers, presidents, kings, royalty from all over the world. So it was a very important...
Catholics and non-Catholics.
Yes, from all of the different religious backgrounds, even people that are not affiliated with any religion. So it was a very important news for the world. It was not just something for the Catholics.
Sure.
And I think also the news coverage manifests that too. So I would expect something similar for the election of the new Pope. Even going to be made public for everyone at the same time who is going to be the new Pope.
Okay, yeah, this now we are coming to the end of our conversation, but before we conclude, what is your perception? What do you see is going to be the top priority for the new Pope?
I would say that I would not dare say what his priority would be, because it's something that it really depends on who the new Pope is going to be. I think that we have different options and possibilities. We are now living in a world where there are many wars, and we saw that the pontificate of Pope Francis was heavily dedicated to the achievement of world peace. I think that would be something that the next Pope would definitely have to consider. But there are many other things that are as important, that are also necessary for the continuous movement of the church, for this continuous evangelization process of the church. So I would just say, I think we as Catholics should pray and be joyful whenever we get the news of the new Pope, and then from that moment pray for him, pray for his ministry, that he may be a good shepherd to all of us, and that he may be a reflection of God's and of Jesus